In this lecture, we are going to discuss about Bessel's equation. So, what is Bessel's equation? It is a type of differential equation denoted by x square d square y by dx square plus x into dy by dx plus x square minus n square into y is equal to 0. So, this differential equation is known as Bessel's differential equation, and the particular solutions of these equations are called Bessel's functions of order n. So, this is known as Bessel's equation, and solutions of this equation are known as Bessel's function. And we will observe later that this equation has several applications in science and engineering. Now we will discuss about the solution of Bessel's equation. So this is Bessel's equation. It is given as equation number 1. Now how to solve this type of equation? We have already learned about the series solution method. So we will apply that method to solve the Bessel's equation. So for this purpose, we have to assume that solution y is equal to r equal to 0 to infinite ar x to the power m plus r. So we can expand like this, that is as r is equal to 0 to infinity, so y can be written as a0 x to the power m plus a1 x to the power m plus 1 plus a2 x to the power m plus 2 plus so on. Now we can find dy by dx from this expression. So this is the value of dy by dx. This is ar m plus r x to the power m plus r minus 1. Again we can also calculate d square y by dx square. So d square y by dx square will be ar m plus r minus 1 x to the power m plus r minus 2. Now what we will do, we will substitute the values of y dy by dx and d square y by dx square in the given equation 1. So after substituting we are having this equation. This is after substitution. Then what we will do, we will simplify this equation. So after simplification we will obtain, that is ar m plus r whole square minus n square x to the power m plus r plus ar x to the power m plus r plus 2 is equal to 0. This is equation 3. Now we have to solve equation 3 with the method that we have already discussed earlier in the lectures of series solution. So what we have to do, we have to equate the coefficient of lowest degree term x to the power m in this identity to 0. And but how to find the coefficient of x to the power m? We can find it if we put r is equal to 0 in the first term. You see in the first term there is x to the power m plus r. So if we put r is equal to 0, then we will get x to the power m. So this is the coefficient of x to the power m. Here also we have to put r is equal to 0, but to get x to the power m only we will use the first term, that is this term, because here this is x to the power m plus r plus 2. So to calculate the coefficient of x to the power m, we have to put r is equal to 0 in the first term only. So putting r is equal to 0 in the first term, we are obtaining a0 m plus 0 whole square minus n square is equal to 0. That is the coefficient of the x to the power m, and we are equating it to the 0. So ultimately from this equation we can say that m square is equal to n square, that is either m is equal to n or m is equal to minus n, because a0 is not equal to 0. Equating the coefficient of the next lowest degree term x to the power m plus 1 in this identity, we put r is equal to 1 in the first summation, because if we put r is equal to 1 in the first summation, so this will become x to the power m plus 1, and we can find the coefficient of x to the power m plus 1. So putting r is equal to 1, we are getting a1 m plus 1 whole square minus n square is equal to 0. That is a1 is equal to 0, since this is a square term and it cannot be 0. M plus 1 whole square minus n square. So from the inspection we can see that this cannot be 0, so a1 is equal to 0. Now to obtain the successive relation between the coefficients, what we have to do, we have to find a general relation. So how to find the general relation? We have to equate the coefficient of x to the power m plus r plus 2 in this equation to 0. So how to find the coefficient of x to the power m plus r plus 2? So here this is ar, this is already x to the power m plus r plus 2, but to convert x to the power m plus r plus 2, we have to put r is equal to r plus 2 in the first summation. So after putting r is equal to r plus 2 in the first summation and keeping the second term as it is, we can find the coefficient of x to the power m plus r plus 2. So this is the coefficient of x to the power m plus r plus 2 and that is equal to 0. So from this relation, there is a relation between ar plus 2 and ar. So from this general relation, we can find the different a coefficient. For example, suppose a3. So how to calculate a3? We have to put r is equal to 1 here, then it will become a3. Here also you have to put r equal to 1, that is a1, but a1 is equal to 0, so a3 is equal to 0. Similarly, we can show that a5, a7, they are all 0. But if r is equal to 0, then this will become a2. So a2 is equal to minus 1 by m plus 2 whole square minus n square into a0. Similarly, putting r is equal to 2, we can find a4. So this is the expression for the a4, and this is after simplification. So in this way we can find a2, a4, a6 and so on. So after calculating different a values, that is the different coefficients, so we can write the solution as y is equal to a0 x to the power m minus a0 divided by m plus 2 whole square minus n square into x to the power m plus 2 plus a0 divided by this denominator x to the power m plus 4 and so on. So how we have obtained? We have to put different values of the coefficients a to this equation, that is, this was the solution y is equal to sum of ar x to the power m plus r, that is a0 x to the power m, a1 x to the power m plus 1, a2 x to the power m plus 2. We have already obtained values of a0, a1, a2 and so on. So putting different values of a coefficients in equation 2, we can obtain the solution y is equal to this one. Now what we can do, that is, we can take a0 x to the power m common. So after taking common, the solution is becoming like this. Now we have already seen that there are two values of n, plus n and minus n. So this is for the positive values of n and this is for the negative values of n. So these are the solutions of the Bessel's equation. Now we will define about Bessel's function. So how to define? So at first we are writing the Bessel's equation. This is the Bessel's equation, and solution of the Bessel's equation for positive n is this one. We are writing the solution from this equation, actually from this equation. Just we have written in some after some rearrangement only, that is, here this is x square, in the denominator 4, in place of 4 we are writing 2 into 2 into n plus 1. This we have written in this way, that is, this is 4 square 2 factorial, we are writing as 2 into 4 into 2 square into n plus 1 into n plus 2. So in this way, this is the rth term, this one. So this is the solution, and we can write this solution as summation format. So in summation format, the structure of the solution will be like this: a0 x to the power n sum of r equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power r x to the power 2r divided by 2 to the power 2r r factorial n plus 1 n plus 2 in this way up to n plus r. So actually this expression can be written as a summation format like this. Here a0 is an arbitrary constant, and if we put a0 is equal to 1 divided by 2 to the power n gamma n plus 1, then the above solution, that means this solution is called Bessel's function, denoted by Jnx. So Bessel's function is denoted as Jnx. So what is Jnx? Jnx is equal to, in place of a0 we are writing 1 divided by 2 to the power n gamma n plus 1, and this term, that is summation term. So this is the summation term, and gamma n plus 1 is equal to n factorial. We know this relation, that is gamma n plus 1 can be written as n factorial. So Jnx is known as the Bessel's function. So now we will simplify further the expression for the Bessel's function. What we are doing, we are taking common x by 2 to the power n, and in the bracket the first term is 1 by gamma n plus 1, then this is the next term, this is the next term, and this is the next term. So we have just expanded the summation, and after expansion the equation looks like this. Again we will further simplify what we are doing here, that is we have also taken common gamma n plus 1 from the denominators. So after taking common gamma n plus 1 from all these denominators, we have written, that is in the bracket 1 minus x square divided by 2 into 2n plus 2 plus x to the power 4 divided by 2 into 4 into 2n plus 2 into 2n plus 4, and so on. And for this purpose we have to write the gamma function in this way, that is, suppose this is gamma n plus 2, so this can be written as n plus 1 plus 1, and we know that gamma n plus 1 that can be written as n gamma n. So in this way we can take n plus 1 gamma common from the denominators. So after this equation 2 can be written in generalized summation format. So this is like this: r is equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power r divided by r factorial gamma n plus r plus 1 x by 2 to the power n plus 2r. And we can check that putting different values of r, for example, suppose at first we are putting r is equal to 0 here, then we will obtain the first term, then put r is equal to 1 in this expression, then you will obtain the second term. You can check term by term, and you will observe that if we put different values of r in this expression, then you are getting different terms in equation 2. So this is the generalized expression for the Bessel function. So Jnx can be written as minus 1 to the power r divided by r factorial. You can write either in gamma function format, that is gamma n plus r plus 1, or n plus r factorial. So you can write both in gamma function form and in factorial format. So this is in factorial format, and this is x by 2 to the power n plus 2r. So we can see that if we put the value of n is equal to 0, so j0x is equal to minus 1 to the power r factorial square x by 2 to the power 2r. So this is the expression for the j0x. And if we put n is equal to 1, then after putting the value r is equal to n is equal to 1 here, you will see that j1x is equal to this one, that is x by 2 minus x cube by 2 square into 4 plus x to the power 5 divided by 2 square 4 square 6, in this way. And we can also plot j0x and j1x as a function of x. So plots will look like this, and these plots are oscillatory function. This can be clearly seen from the graphs. And if we replace n by minus n, this is the expression for jnx, but if we write minus n in place of n, then j minus n x will become like this. Now there can be three different cases. Suppose case 1. So for case 1, if n is not integer or 0, you see it again, n is not integer, that means it is actually a fraction, then the complete solution of 1 is 1 means this equation, Bessel's equation, this one. Complete solution for equation 1 will be a into jnx plus b j minus nx, where a and b are constant. And if n is equal to 0, then what will happen? We have obtained actually two solutions, y1 and y2. y1 and y2 means initially we have solved for m is equal to n and m is equal to minus n. So these are two solutions. So for n is equal to 0, y1 will become y2, and that will be the complete solution of the Bessel's function, and it will be called that is Bessel's function of order 0. And another case may arise, that is n is if n is positive integer, then what will happen? Then y2 is not the solution of 1. So why we are saying like this, that is if n is positive integer, then y2 is not the solution. So you see the structure of y2 from these equations. So you see that is there is minus n. So here is also minus n. So suppose for some values of n, for example, suppose you see for n is equal to 2, then what will happen? So 2 minus 2 is 0. So in the denominator, if there is 0, then this term will become infinite. So in this way, this solution will be invalid. And the opposite case also will occur, that is y1 fails to give a solution for negative values of n. That is, for similar argument, we can also say that suppose if n is negative, suppose you see that if n is equal to minus 2 here, so what will happen? That the denominator is 0, that means again this term is becoming infinity. So this will not be a solution. So there is some problem when n is integer. So this case will be treated separately. We will show that is how to deal with such situation when n is positive integer. We will find the solution of the Bessel's equation in slightly different way when n is some integer. But before that, we will discuss some facts. Suppose that there is an example. Show that Bessel's function jnx is an even function when n is even and is odd function when n is odd. So we have already learned that this is the expression for jnx, and if we put if we put minus x in place of x, so this will become jn minus x, and in the right hand side also you have to write minus x in place of x. So this is the expression for jn minus x. So now we are discussing that is case 1. If n is even, then n plus 2r is even. So minus x by 2 to the power n plus 2r, that is equal to x by 2 to the power n plus 2r. So this is the case 1. This is if n is even, then n plus 2r is also even number. We can check it. Suppose n is 2. Suppose n is 2. Now 2r is even number. We know that 2r is even number. So n plus 2r must be even. So we can write minus x by 2 to the power n plus 2r is equal to x by 2 to the power n plus 2r. So in this case we can write that is jn of minus x, and as minus x by 2 to the power n plus 2r is equal to x by 2 to the power n plus 2r. So we can write that is jn minus x is equal to minus of minus 1 to the power r factorial n plus r plus 1 x by 2 to the power n plus 2r. Because why? Because this expression, that is minus x by 2 to the power n plus 2r, that is equal to x by 2 to the power n plus 2r. So this is again Jn x. So Jn minus x we can write, that is Jn x. Hence Jn x is even function. Now case 2, if n is odd, so n plus 2r is odd. So in this case minus x by 2 to the power n plus 2r, that can be written as minus of x by 2 to the power n plus 2r. If here n is odd, we have to keep in mind, that is n is odd. If n is odd, then n plus 2r is also odd. So minus x by 2 to the power n plus 2r is equal to minus of x by 2 to the power n plus 2r. And in this case Jn minus x is equal to minus of minus 1 to the power r divided by r factorial n plus r plus 1 and x by 2 to the power n plus 2r, and that is minus Jn x. So if n is odd, Jn of minus x is equal to minus Jn x. Now we will show, that is how to solve the Bessel's equation when n is an integer. So this is the structure of the Bessel's equation, and we will assume that is y is equal to ux into jnx be the second solution of the Bessel's equation when n is integer. So dy by dx, if y is this one, then dy by dx will be u prime jn plus u into jn prime, and d square y by dx square, that is equal to u double prime jn plus 2 into u prime jn prime plus u jn double prime. So this is dy by dx, this is d square y by dx square. After substituting all these values in the equation 1, that is Bessel's equation, we are obtaining this one. So in the next line we are rearranging this. We are writing in this way, that is u into x square jn double prime plus x into jn prime plus x square minus n square into jn plus x square u double prime into jn plus 2x square u prime jn prime plus x into u prime into jn, that is equal to 0. This is we are obtaining after rearrangement. Now you see that in the third bracket this equation x square jn double prime plus x into jn prime plus x square minus n square into jn, this equation is actually Bessel's equation, and the solution of the Bessel's equation is jn. So this term must be 0. So this term, if it is 0, then this next terms will exist. So we can write x square jn double prime plus x into jn prime plus x square minus n square jn is equal to 0. So now we will further simplify if we divide this expression by x square u prime into jn. So after dividing this equation by x square u prime jn, we are obtaining u double prime by u prime plus 2 into jn prime by jn plus 1 by x is equal to 0. And we can write this first term as ddx of log u prime, second term as ddx of log jn, and third term as ddx of log x. So ultimately this is ddx of log u prime plus 2 log jn plus log x. So ddx of log u prime jn square x is equal to 0. So log u prime jn square x is equal to log c1. This is a constant actually. So we are integrating equation 5. So after integration we can write log u prime jn square x is equal to log c1. So u prime jn square x is equal to c1, u prime is equal to c1 by jn square x. Again after integration, u is equal to integration c1 by jn square x dx plus c2. Putting the value of u in the assumed solution, that is y is equal to u into jn. So y is equal to this one, this is u into jnx. So we can write this equation as c2 into jnx plus c1 into jnx into integration dx by x into jn square. So this is c2 jnx plus c1 ynx. What is ynx? Ynx is equal to this one, that is jnx integration dx by x jn square x. This is known as Neumann function. Ynx is known as Neumann function, and it can be observed, that is when n is not an integer, the value of the Newman function ynx is equal to 1 by sin n pi jnx cos n pi minus j of minus nx, and when n is an integer, then ynx is equal to limit m tends to n 1 by sin m pi jmx cos mx minus j of minus m into x. So actually this is some constant a into jnx plus some constant b into j minus nx. So this is the solution of the Bessel's equation. So we can write this in general format. So this case has been treated basically for when n is an integer. So I think you have understood about the Bessel's equation and the solutions of the Bessel's equation, that is Bessel functions, and we have discussed all the content from the book of Das and Verma. I will suggest that you further read this book for more clear understanding, and I thank you all who have listened this lecture. Thank you again.